Okay, so I'm gonna talk about this movie Clara for a bit. I don't know if you even heard of this movie. It's a smaller movie. I think it came out just at a limited amount of theaters, but maybe there's a few people who just want to see a quick review on this. For maybe they go to see it. I don't even know if it's in theaters anymore, but it was a really kind of a different movie, and I didn't see much like that before, and I'll throw out what I want to say about it. Maybe there's someone out there that picks on this little movie. Hopefully nobody did, not that many people did a review on this, and this is useful to somebody. So Claire was a pretty good movie. I was surprised. I wasn't sure what I was gonna get going into it. First of all, when it came, I think I just went to see it pretty much when it came out, a few days after it came out, and I just went it had this strange showing time just in the afternoon, and when I went, I thought there would be a few people there, but there was nobody there. It was dead. There was, I think, maybe one person sitting at the bottom of the theater. I was surprised that there was no one there. I think there was some people in the movie theater watching other movies, but I couldn't tell because when we went, it was a strange time for show times, and by then people were watching a movie or they hadn't showed up to the next movie. So I wasn't sure why there wasn't that many people watching it, but I went to watch it, and when it was nice to have the whole theater so you could actually see the movie and you didn't have to worry about someone else. I mean, sometimes you like a crowd, but this time I guess it was kind of nice to have a theater quiet. It was a much quieter movie I thought it was going to be, and I guess that's why it was probably good to have a quiet theater, because then if you're hearing other people eating popcorn, then it can get annoying if you hear people doing that all the time, or making noises or doing stuff. You start paying attention to more other people than the screen, and I really noticed that it was really quiet. The sounds were pretty good coming from it. It had a nice soundtrack. It wasn't loud. I thought that was a big positive thing about the movie. I guess I should probably say what the movie's about. But it wasn't loud, and it was kind of this relaxing, bling, 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 that kind of thing. I saw the movie twice, actually. This was the first time I went to see it. And the movie is basically just about trying to find life somewhere else in I think the galaxy or the universe. I think it's a galaxy. But basically it's just about how we with the Hubble telescope we're not able to see and find that many planets with life, but then there's a couple other telescopes been recently launched, and in the film one of them's being launched, and what happens is basically you get to see this professor who is all in on trying to find life on another planet, or just another planet suitable for us. I think that was the takeaway, is to find another planet that's suitable for life rather than to find life itself. And if they can find life, I think that was also a part of it, but it was just finding another planet with life. And this professor's all in, and what happens, of course the movie's named Clara, and the guy ends up bringing on this I think it was kind of a assistant to kind of help out to find life on another planet, or find a planet that's suitable for life. And it ends up being Clara, and the girl moves in with them, and then the whole thing cascades from there, and basically they try and get together and find out they get data from the telescope, and they try and track down together one of these planets. And the whole thing was kind of interesting. Like, the whole time I was wondering, is are they actually going to find life in this movie? I didn't really know what the movie was about before I went into it. And then as the movie went on, I was like, okay, the movie's going on this much. I guess they probably can't find life and talk to life by the end of this. So then it's going to be about getting there, like to the point where we probably find some sort of other planet with life. I keep saying life on another planet, but I mean just a planet in general. I think it was, in the end, it ended up being finding life in general. I don't want to ruin the ending, but it's kind of like that. And I thought, like, the movie was pretty well done. Like I said, the sound was nice. If there was like big drop noises in it or loud noises, I don't know if it would have been like as comfortable. It was really calming, and it just kind of felt like the movie piqued your curiosity with the environment. The mood was like really kind of relaxing. Like, it wasn't like hugely surprising. It didn't like do something like a horror movie and scare you, but I hope it didn't scare you. But what else can I say? The as for the scenes, the directing was pretty good. They're shot pretty well. Then you didn't have, like, it seemed like a well put together movie from what I could see from all the different viewpoints. It was pretty well put together. Acting was good. The plot could have been a little bit better. Like, maybe the acting, some of the actors could have been a little bit more believable. I don't know, at times you just didn't really believe like what they were saying was true. I guess that comes out on the script side of things. Like, you weren't sure why they were saying like certain things, like where the professors were kind of like one of the professors was talking about like his personal life in class, which seemed a bit too personal. I've never seen a professor start talking about their personal life. Maybe I wasn't in that sort of class, but I guess it was kind of more entertaining than talking about something else. But he really went into it, and it was really smartly done in certain spots, because whoever made this movie wrote the script, they tried to pull you in emotionally, so they made the guy have this girlfriend. He had this girlfriend, and they couldn't have they had this child, and then the child actually died, and what happened was he broke up with that girlfriend, and that's kind of like one of the centerpieces of the movie, is him kind of coping with that loss. And that was smart to do that, because the whole time you're trying to see how this guy's affected by that, and it's pulling you in to try and feel sorry for him. It was a really emotional movie. I should have said that a few minutes ago. Like, if you're looking for some action movie here, or comedy, or some horror or something like that, then this isn't going to be the movie for you. Or even adventure, it's not going to be the movie for you, because it's really centered on pulling you emotionally with these emotions of love, and getting a new relationship, and meeting new people, and kind of just exploring relationships with people, and going through some challenges, and really the distraction is just trying to find life on another planet, or some other planet with life. I'm not sure which one to say, but the centerpiece is basically that emotional relationship where he lost a daughter, and he lost his girlfriend, because the girlfriend now went with another guy, and the guy is actually with a, or the girl is with another guy, and then in the movie the girl actually gets together with the guy, and I think they're having a child, and then that's supposed to pull you in to feel sorry for this guy, and how big of a loss it is for him. And then you have the Clara, who actually turns out to be sick and doing some sort of drugs, and so like it's centered on that part of like the kind of human nature part, and I thought that was kind of interesting. But it was really kind of a thinking kind of movie, like, oh, what would it be like if I was in this situation, or that I felt something like that before, and to try and pull you in with your emotions. And at the end, it was a really predictable. Like you knew what was gonna happen. You pretty much knew what was gonna happen. Like he had to find life. Like they weren't just gonna spend like an hour talking about finding life and trying to find life, and then they don't find some sort of life or planet or something like that. And I guess that was one of the disappointing parts of it. Some of the comedy was kind of cheap. Could have been a lot funnier. Like I think they were trying at some points to be funny. There was one guy there that was trying at points to be funny. And what else can I say? And I was just surprised that there wasn't a lot of people going to see this movie. It was a pretty good movie. Like it wasn't incredible. It didn't blow me away, but it wasn't a bad movie, and it didn't lose your attention or say, oh, I can't bear to watch this. Maybe it might do that to you. So I'm gonna give this probably a 7 out of 10, just because I don't want to be too harsh on it, but I don't want to be too good on it either, because it wasn't that great of a movie. It was an amazing movie, but it kind of hooked you in. I saw it twice. The second time watching it, it wasn't like, I don't think it was as interesting as the first time, because now you lost out on the element of surprise. There were a few surprises in the movie, but it wasn't watchable, as easily watchable again. And I think you could watch it a third time. So, but you'd really have to like kind of be absorbed and not be like, okay, I can't go to this movie and not think, because you can see different things after the third time watching it, but there might be people who think too much and then get bored of it and like, oh, I can't bear standing to see this again because I just saw it twice. Like even probably seeing it 2 times might be too much. But that's all I want to say about this movie, and subscribe.